السلام عليكم، نتمنى تكونوا بخير. هذه بنتكم مغربية. أنا على بحر دابا. أنا فرحانة بزاف حيت أنا على بحر دابا and كلشي مزيان، كلشي بخير الحمد لله. I am trying, okay? I am trying. Hi everyone, Assalamu alaikum. I'm going to the beach, and as you can see, the weather is not so great. I know that many people complain sometimes about this type of weather, but it doesn't really matter because the vibe, the energy is very, very good, and I don't mind. It's still very warm. And just have a look. And yes, so what I'm gonna do, I'm planning to do, is just to relax a little bit, and I come with an interesting topic today. So I am sure it will interest you because I have something to say today. Yalla, let's go. Let me go there. I feel so excited actually. I do. It's like a big sandbox. So it's like for children. Look. The air feels humid a bit. And I think this is the first time that I am experiencing this type of weather while being here. It's so foggy. But I know that's, yeah, it's so foggy, wow. Look. But it's still very warm, and you can see people are swimming, enjoying themselves. So yeah, absolutely fine to be here during that time. Let me find a good spot. Today I come with an interesting talk because I want to share my thoughts with you guys regarding masculine and feminine energy. And I got inspired to talk about this topic because I can see it every time. And when I decided to be on my journey of self-improvement, I started to see a few things, patterns, and especially in the Western world, why things are how it is. And I collected a few thoughts, and I came to certain conclusion that I want to share that with you. Of course, there is always room for disagreement and sharing different thoughts than to the ones that I'm gonna share now with you, but that is okay. But if you are interested in this topic, stay with me. I'm gonna start from a conclusion actually, rather than talking about the introduction and what I'm gonna be actually talking about in this video. The solution to feminine and masculine energy and what is going on right now in the Western world, meaning we both as humans, as a male, females, we do have this, like we do have both masculine and feminine energy. And what is going on now, it's this absolutely out of balance situation here. Men are becoming a woman, women are becoming a man. I am so sorry if I am upsetting anyone, but this is my truth, and this is what I have observed. And that's why many men and many women are just simply not happy. Why is this? Because they are out of their nature. They are not living according to their nature. And one of the conclusions from all of this is in order for us to create a nice, balanced society, we have to go back to our nature. We have to go back to our masculine. We have to go back to our feminine energy and be and live according to our nature. Look at our core, who we are as human beings, who we are as individuals, and live according to that, you know. The quotation I'm going to read: hard times create strong men create good times create weak men create hard times. And at this moment now in society, in Western world especially, we are in the phase where good time create weak men and weak men create hard times, especially for women, okay? And 50-50 situation and all of this. That's why, in my opinion, many women, they have to be in their masculine energy, meaning they have to go to work, they have to, you know, look after the children, they have to do 100 billion different tasks per day. At the end of the day, they are exhausted, angry, upset. They cannot cultivate their own feminine energy because why? Because they don't have the resources, they don't have the time, they simply cannot generate anymore. There are no resources. And many women, they are tired, they are absolutely exhausted to perform and be in the masculine energy. And when there are expectations from them to be nice, feminine, and, you know, women, where they can be soft, like flowers, you know, soft and delicate, and where they can use that feminine energy for creation, because feminine energy is a creative energy. Feminine energy is a creative energy, and this sort of energy is creating a nice, balanced, peaceful household. That's it. This is the answer to many of our problems. And why am I talking about this? Because I was inspired by Moroccan culture. What I can see here, there is a lot of masculine men that they do understand their responsibilities, and they are not complaining like a women. They just dealing with the shit. Sorry, they just dealing with the challenges of everyday life, and it seems like if this is cultivated, if this is practiced, then women, they can finally relax. Not be constantly in a survival mode, because many of us, unfortunately, live in a surviving mode, trying to survive, actually chasing, because why? Because the pressure of the society and stuff like this. I am not saying that women shouldn't work, but what I am saying is women should have the choice whether to remain in the household, work, or simply have the time to be creative, because women are the gateways to the spiritual world, meaning senses, sensing, creation, creating a nice atmosphere, creating that balanced, positive, and nice energy. And unfortunately, when we are in a survival mode, we are simply cannot afford to live that way. And this is putting a lot of strain on our society. Simply, people are not happy. Men are not happy because they would love to have a nice, soft, feminine, relaxed woman. And women, they finally would like to relax, not perform all the time, and fulfill all of these expectations, and which also includes, being the first educator and educating their children. Because really and truly, women go first. But when this is not provided, from many, many reasons, this is what it is. We are not balanced. We are out of balance. And now I see so many things. If you look at that perspective, then suddenly everything is starting to make sense. Because otherwise, if there is an out of balance situation, society, it just goes onto a completely different side. Instead of being balanced, it goes instead of being balanced, is either going into that direction or that direction. Too much of this, too little of that. Yeah. And I was inspired to talk about this because I can see that here, especially in Agadir, in Morocco, people understand that they have very strong family values, which I absolutely love. Because women, they can be finally women. They don't have to perform all the time or be in a surviving mode. I just don't know. If you disagree with me, that is absolutely fine. You are entitled to your opinion, but the thing is this: it's when you start analyzing and when you start being too much in your head without feeling with your heart and with your soul, with your spirit, and actually trying to ask yourself a question: who am I at my own core? Then this is what is happening. It's just like floating without a direction and just going somewhere into the unknown. And then you see what we see now. And I just talk about my opinion because I strongly believe that this is the truth of mine, at least, and that's it. And this is how I see it, this is how I feel it, and this is what I have experienced so far. It's absolutely, seriously, it's not a rocket science, okay? It's not. It doesn't have to be. It just doesn't have to be. But if we are overthinking, being in our head, and just this analytical mind, and what I should say, what I shouldn't say, this, that, let me not talk about my opinion, this is when we are not allowed to express ourselves. Which is absolutely wrong. It is absolutely wrong. And I would love to be more in my feminine energy, but simply I can't. I cannot. I try, and it takes a lot of effort to practice that, because every time I have to be mindful that I am not acting like a man, I am acting like a woman. And someone would say that, okay, this is what you wanted. No, nobody asked me for my opinion. These things were enforced upon us. So I don't agree with this statement. Nobody asked me if I like this. Nobody is giving me a choice in which energy I want to, live my life and cultivate and practice and just be. So no, it's absolutely, I think this is out of order. And I don't want to, if you ask me personally, I don't want to compete with men. I don't feel the need of competing with men. I don't want to do it. I don't. Then what choices do I have? What choices do I have? I do have choices. Of course, there are always alternatives. But the question is how much time, effort, and energy this will consume from me. Yeah, it's a real talk. It's a real topic. One of the most difficult topics, and I wanted to talk about this long time ago, but I knew that I need a bit of more time to finally start speaking about it. Oh wow, they're really racing now. The problem is that many people don't know who they are at their own core, at their own nature, and that's the problem. The confusion is real, and social media and all of it is not helping. And when everyone has their own opinion, and there is 100 billion of different opinions, and there is 100 of billion of different styles, and yes. But there is a hope, because the hard times are on the horizon right now. And I strongly believe that when we can be and live according to our nature, we will absolutely be much more happy, content with our life. And don't get me wrong, I am not saying for women to stop having businesses and stuff like this. I'm not saying that. It's all about choice. Having that choice, not being enforced that you literally don't have choice. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed that talk, and this is what was in my mind, and I'm sharing that with you because I want us to be mindful of these things, because in the Western world, I've realized that you really have to be grounded. You really have to remind yourself what are your values, what do you want in life, how you want your life to look like, and disregard what doesn't serve you because it's just too much. You know, I stopped using my mobile phone while being here for some time now. I do use my mobile phone, but not so often. And you know what? I started to see and feel that my brain is actually operating on a completely different frequency. I started to see things in a different light, in a different sense. So I'm just, you know, the messenger. And I think that is it for now. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back now and I'm gonna take a taxi, maybe record something. But for now, thank you for being with me, watching, and you know, maybe you have similar opinion. If you don't, that's fine. You can share your opinions. You can leave comments. You can subscribe. You can share. You just leave something. You know, you can like this video. You can even dislike this video. Absolutely, it's your choice. Feel free, but I will appreciate if you could just leave something. That will mean a lot to me, and you know, I will see that you at least appreciate my hard work. Yes, so I would appreciate the exchange of energy, and take care of yourself, and see you next time, inshallah. And look after yourself, and I hope all the best for you.